Hello, welcome to another edition of Any Other Business with Ian Hibbert and Lee Hunter. On this edition, what we'd like to start talking to you about is the ongoing ballot that the Fire Brigades Union have for strike action. For those who have not yet received the ballot paper, the last date you have for requesting a replacement ballot paper is the 17th of January. Now you can do this by going onto the FBU website and following the link there. It is vitally important that everybody returns their ballot paper regardless of how they vote. And Ian is going to talk to us about that now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've reported to members previously, because the fire service is classed as an important public service, under anti-trade union laws, we are required to hit higher ballot thresholds than normal industry. Our thresholds require a minimum of 50% turnout, and a minimum of 40% of those eligible to vote must vote in favour. So taking that into account, it is absolutely vital that every single person exercises their democratic right to a vote.
Excellent stuff, Ian. Moving on from there, we're now around about 6-7 weeks into the local dispute. Can you give us an update on that as well, please?
Yeah, absolutely. As we've reported to members in the past, we are now in talks with service managers, pretty much every week. We have started to see some movement on some of the issues from both sides. Some of the issues we are still yet to see any movement on, though we are continuing to work. As members would expect, we are also taking on wider political work. We are speaking to councillors, we're speaking to elected members of the Fire Authority, we are speaking to MPs, and we are trying to progress the concerns and the issues that have been raised by our members. Some of the stuff we are still picking up out there, rumours and a little bit of misinformation, I would suggest, that certain aspects of our dispute have actually already been signed off. For example, we have heard that people have been told that the day crewing in the hybrid system was signed off not only by Mark Dunn, but it has also now been signed off by my colleague here to my left, and that there was agreement on emergency medical response, flood response and MTA. I would categorically state at this time that there is no agreement or sign off on any of those things from any official anywhere within our union. If there was, the two extant disputes from 2016 in relation to day crewing and hybrid, and the dispute in relation to the non-agreed expansion of the firefighter role in 2018 would have been resolved and lifted.
Thanks, Ian. Just like to reiterate that I don't even have the authority to sign anything off. So yeah, very strange on that one, but we are where we are. What we'd like to make members aware of is that when the ballot closes on the 30th of January, we are expecting that a very high turnout and a very high yes vote, and it's going to be imperative that we get as much information out to members then. So what we have done, we have called a mass meeting for Friday the 3rd of February at the CASA at 11 o'clock, and we will put out an all members letter shortly, which will confirm this, but if you can start spreading the word on that, and we want as many members as possible to be there for that meeting. One of the national officers has already confirmed that he's going to be in attendance, so we will have it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Now to finish up on this edition, what we'd like to talk to you about is the attack by this Tory government on trade unions and minimum standards. So Ian, could you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, members will be aware through the news and through circulars provided by the FBU that this Tory government is now looking to legislate against workers. They have been completely unable and unwilling to negotiate with any of the unions who have been taking action. So rather than sitting down and reaching agreements with representative bodies across the trade union movement, this government are now seeking to legislate against us. They want to bring in legislation that mirrors the sort of legislation we see in some European countries, which, let's be frank, they have far-right bordering on fascist governments governing in those countries. So to suggest that the best way to deal with working men and women who are struggling to pay their bills is to simply legislate against them and prevent them taking lawful industrial action is absolutely disgraceful. The FBU nationally are looking at how we are going to address this. I know the whole trade union movement are looking at how they address this. It will be a dual approach. People are looking at, firstly, I think in some sectors, a legal challenge to these changes to the law. We're also looking at mounting an industrial challenge, because the right to withdraw your labour is a basic human right. And any government who attempts to undermine that needs to be met with immediate action.
Absolutely, and it is quite strange that the far-right fascist governments in the UK are trying to follow far-right fascist governments elsewhere in Europe, I suppose. Just leading on from that, as you members will know, Ian and myself are involved in the Enough is Enough campaign in Merseyside. And what we have tomorrow, which is the Saturday the 14th of January, is we're going to be up at Southport to deliver a petition on the right to strike to the only Tory MP in Merseyside. So we're going to be meeting at Southport, outside Southport Fire Station at 10:15 a.m. Then we're going to take a short walk to the MP's office to deliver that petition on the right to strike. So it'll be very good to see some FBU members there to support that. We have other trade unions who are going to be attending as well. We get a good turnout, that would really be helpful. Right, so as always, get more questions into us. We'll answer them as soon as we can. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.